The challenge of procrastination is something that infiltrates our everyday lives, both in working hours and social interactions. In this lesson, we will discuss the nature of procrastination and how it can adversely affect all forms of time management. You will also be presented with methods on how to prevent it and how to avoid it completely. Every single person is guilty of performing procrastination at some point in their lives, whether it's in a work-related capacity, a school assignment, or a social situation. What actually procrastination is? In very simplistic terms, the act of procrastination is the failure of self-regulation. In other words, it is the action of continually postponing activities until the last possible moment or a deadline is imminent, even when it may result in severe repercussions. The grammatical or literal meaning of the word procrastination is sourced from Latin. It means leave it until tomorrow. The tendency to procrastinate will adversely affect a person's ability to perform effective time management, alongside productivity and other competencies. Now, what is behind procrastination? Psychologists generally believe that feelings of fear and self-doubt lie at the heart of situations where individuals procrastinate. Moreover, some work culture is also responsible for procrastination. People may feel driven or obliged to perform some activities and reach certain objectives, but there are certain factors that make them unable to act efficiently. There are typically 8 factors that provoke procrastination, which can be classified into internal forces or external forces. The internal forces are: you fear change, you fear failure, you tend to overcommit, you're addicted to cramming. The external forces include: the task seems unpleasant, the task seems overwhelming, the task flow is unclear or unplanned, your goals are unclear. The internal forces originate from deep-seated personal issues and are often intrinsically linked to the psyche or personality of an individual. An affirmative response to any of these questions could indicate that you have a tendency to procrastinate due to personality traits. Do you wait for a toothache to occur before visiting the dentist? Have you missed a bill or been warned about an outstanding payment in the last 3 months? Do you intentionally wait for project deadlines before acting? To stop constant procrastination, diligence and commitment are needed. Internal or personal reasons for procrastination can be a lot more challenging to overcome than external causes. However, some strategies have been proven to help with this. Let's take a look. Fear of change. Whilst it's not universal, a significant proportion of individuals associate a change in routine as being potentially harmful or dangerous. This comes from a primal fear of the unexpected or unknown. This can limit potential and can be debilitating. There are some proven strategies to tackle this, such as changing your space. Changing elements of your work areas may spark changes in attitude and actions. Simply move a desk, chair, or bookshelf. Changing your routines. Working and taking breaks at different times can disrupt opportunities for procrastination and adopt a fondness for change. Intentionally doing nothing. Sit and do nothing for a prolonged period. The urge for an activity will quickly arise. Fear of failure. The most confident people fear failing at something, so they put it off, sometimes forever. People fear making a mistake in front of other people because they believe that their failure will be magnified. Truman Capote once said, "Failure is the condiment that gives success its flavour." Franklin D. Roosevelt put it more famously, "The only thing we have to fear is fear itself." So, there's no cure to this problem until you make up your mind to face your fear and overcome it. Tendency to overcommit. Many people are so dedicated, ambitious, or enthusiastic that they take on far too much at work, at home, or in their communities. Tendency to overcommit. Before volunteering to take on new commitments in the future, take a few moments to review those you've already made but haven't completed. You might want to engage in a very useful form of procrastination by deferring new commitments until you finish the ones that are still outstanding. Addiction to cramming. For some people, doing something at the last minute triggers a rush of adrenaline that fuels them. This is a dangerous habit because last minute work increases the odds of making a mistake. You have no time to correct mistakes or sometimes even to discover them. A new, unexpected demand may come up at the last minute. And you must try the strategies like flow charting, the measles approach, dividing and conquering, and so on to aid you in your efforts. Keep watching and you will get to know about these methods a bit later. Now, you may not normally be prone to procrastination, but the external forces such as your working culture or environment may impose this behaviour onto you. This doesn't mean that they are exclusively driven by things outside of your power to contain, but they can have a significant effect on the situation. Let's take a look at how to fight the external forces. Unpleasant task. This would seem to be a popular reason for avoiding a task and actively delaying progression on it, leading to instances of stalling procrastination. There are a number of strategies that can be adopted for this situation. 1. Do it as quickly as possible. 2. Leave prompts and reminders all around your work area and schedule alarms on your phone or watch. 3. Delegate the work if it's appropriate. Remember that work is relative and somebody else might actually enjoy your hated task. 4. Use the measles method. The measles method consists of the individual simply marking a data file or activity list with red dots each time they encounter a task they consider to be unpleasant. Once the file or page looks like it has measles, it's time to stop procrastinating. Overwhelming task. The time and effort needed to complete a significant task can often make the prospect of starting it feel like the first step in scaling a mountain. It can make for an overwhelming experience and seriously affect some people's ability to perform satisfactorily. Some appropriate strategies to tackle this situation are: divide and conquer. Break the tasks down into manageable chunks rather than one huge activity. Organise little treats at the end of each chunk. Peace and quiet. Locate a workspace, be it an empty office or quiet room at home, and stay in there until a goal is reached. Ask family and colleagues to respect your privacy. Keep on going. If you are working at a comfortable pace and are making progress, then continue. But take a break as soon as you feel fatigued. Unclear or unplanned task flow. Messy or ill-formed plans for a project or task can easily lead to procrastination. If a person or team does not fully understand the flow and objective of the activity, it is pretty much doomed to fail. Businesses often use the Total Quality Management or TQM process control system to ensure the viability and clearness of a task flow. One significant element of TQM is flow charting, where a project is visualised with familiar icons and symbols and a directional pathway highlighting decisions and objectives. This can be an effective tool for tracking your task flow. Clarification provided to others or even yourself will prevent any form of uncertainty or confusion when it comes to the progression of a task. Unclear goals. When an objective is set, how clear is it and how do you understand it will be achieved? Make goals clear and succinct, even to yourself. This also applies to business goals. The statement, increase our customer base, is less meaningful than increase our regional customer base by at least 5%. The act of procrastination is a behavioural issue that can be overcome with the appropriate attention. There are steps to take to prevent it from affecting you. Let's dig into it. How to stop procrastinating. Step 1. Know when you are procrastinating. Are your important activities remaining on the to-do list for a significant time? Or you do not make potential crucial decisions until the deadline has been reached? Do you allow distractions to divert your attention, even when you're in the middle of a high priority task and should be focusing on it? If you notice any of these behaviourisms occurring in your working routine, it's a clear sign that you are procrastinating. Step 2. Know why you are procrastinating. You will only be able to resolve procrastination if you are able to understand the reasons for performing it. Linking back to the 8 factors mentioned earlier, you should be able to identify which of these apply directly to your situation. Some honest self-analysis may be involved, with some defining questions to be answered. Like, are you fearful of failing the objective of the task? Do you consider the task to be unpleasant or boring? Responding to these will help you identify and resolve the root causes. 3. Adopt an anti-procrastination strategy. This means that it will really take some considerable time and effort to avoid these mannerisms. These strategies can greatly help you. Don't feel guilty about past procrastination. Commit to the task. Reward yourself. Ask for help. Learn to be more proactive. Talk to yourself. Don't use disgruntled or negative terms like must do or need to. Use your mind's voice to say, I really want to, or I choose to do this now. Eliminate distractions. Consistently practicing procrastination can become almost addictive behaviourism or habit, which can become second nature to an individual if it's not recognised and overcome. Say no to procrastination and you will surely notice the progress. See you in the next lesson.